Hi, thanks for clicking on the video. If you're new here, hi, welcome, good to see you. If you aren't new, hi, welcome, good to see you. Again, hope you're doing well. I'm currently in the middle of working on my next bigger-ish video, and it's taking just a little longer than I anticipated on finishing. I just want to make sure my thoughts and feelings are thorough and stuff like that, but it should be fresh, hot, and ready, like a nice, delicious birthday cake. Right on time for the spooky season. So keep an eye out for that. But I figured, why not make another cool art video or something in between that one? Keep you guys, fed. And so I asked on my community tab, just for some like topics or whatever you guys would want me to do. And one of them that was the most requested and won the little poll that I put out was, how do I go about making anatomy or drawing anatomy? And so I figured, that's a great idea. Why not just do that? However, disclaimer, this won't be a full-on breakdown and step-by-step guide of how I draw anatomy. It's going to be more so me commentating on how I go about studying anatomy from references and how I draw from references and things like that. I figured this would be like a easier way to convey how I just go about doing this sort of thing, because I'm terrible at explaining things. I am a yap bot. Okay, it's in my programming. Unfortunately, the yap.exe module in my brain is permanent. Nothing you can do about that. However, I can just show you guys. So I should probably shut up and we should probably just get to the demonstration part. Yeah? Yeah, okay. Grab your pencils, grab your stylus. Make sure you didn't sit on your Apple Pencil. If you did, ooh, sorry. But anyways, let's go. And just one more thing. I figured I would share some of my study materials or what I look for when I'm searching for, new references to draw from. I always use Pinterest, never Google images. And what I like to look for is fill in the blank reference drawing or something. So that way I can see it simplified, whatever it is I feel like I need to touch up on, whether it's like arm, leg, or just whatever anatomy. Seeing it drawn out really helps me out. And seeing how other artists like simplify it gives me a good idea of like, how I can simplify it myself in my own style. I also like to look up dynamic pose references, action pose references, gesture drawing poses, all that stuff. Still tacking on like drawing at the end of it just to see, how it would be simplified with like clothing folds, anatomy, perspective, all that cool stuff. And for videos, I cannot recommend this playlist enough. But please go check out Sinix Design's Anatomy Quick Tip series of videos. They are incredibly helpful. He not only breaks down how to just draw whatever it is that you need help on, but also how to like break it down into simple shapes and how to like paint it and render it, and just like the planes and like forms, of like ears, noses, mouths, arms, chests, all that stuff. Very, very, very helpful. The link to his playlist will be down in the description below, along with, I'm so sorry if I'm saying this wrong, Sycra's foreshortening with Coil video. Wow. If you want a cool new fun method that you haven't tried out before of how to do foreshortening, this video will blow your mind. When I watched it like 10 years ago, Jesus, it blew my mind. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I think that's everything. Yes. Okay, cool. So now that you know the study materials, now we can get to the drawing part. So let's do that. Whee! All right. Welcome to the fun drawing part. We are drawing, our subject is Buff Slenderman. He's been lifting weights since the Tumblr days. Good for him. We love to see it. So feel free to draw along with me at home with this reference. But when starting off a gesture, anatomy, pose, whatever I'm doing, I always prioritize gesture and form and like building up shapes by erasing and redrawing. This process really helps me visualize and build up a sort of muscle memory. So that way I won't always have to rely on a reference, and I'm able to make cool and somewhat anatomically correct poses from imagination. And if I'm ever feeling stuck or unable to sort of work from a reference on my own, then I will like incorporate tracing into my studying habits. I think it is perfectly okay to do if it is in the name of learning and education, and you are not trying to copy or claim, something you're tracing as your own or whatever. Or if you're tracing AI art, please don't do that. Um, very stinky. And my intentions whenever I do trace anything are to hopefully like be able to do it by myself, as I mentioned before. And if it doesn't look right or it doesn't feel right, I will erase and redraw and rinse and repeat until I'm able to do it confidently on my own. Personally, me, things that I struggle with as an artist is drawing legs. I don't know what it is, but like sometimes like the curve or like the tilt of the hips and the angle of like the legs and just like the bone and like muscle structure really just like will bang hit me. It's like hitting a brick wall sometimes. So this pose was also a really great exercise and study sesh for me as well. I'm realizing now in editing this and recording this, the first three poses that I worked on really helped me get back in touch with the three things that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Is I try to focus on gesture, shape, and form. So the first one really helped me uh, like reconnect and refresh on shape language with like muscles while also maintaining a little bit of gesture. This one, however, really helped me with gesture and like follow through lines and like all that stuff, following the flow, and like what is it like, the line of action, all that stuff. So this one was like a great pose to study from. Studying like ballerinas and like symphony conductors and stuff, they're great for wanting a cool gestural pose. And one thing that I will encourage above all, more than anything, if you are studying anatomy, is please find some time to study other body types and other people of different weights and just different, shapes and sizes, because I think that is highly important. It really helps expand your understanding of forms of the body, the way that, people's weight sits, and the way, everyone is just built different. I think it is, just really important and something that I highly encourage people to do. And then we got some last twos, more so like easier poses. Also, sometimes I like to, I forgot to mention this before, sometimes just to help me out with like easily blocking out characters or something, I'll like raise the size of my brush to just be like a little bit bigger, so it's that way like bigger, clunkier, and all I'm focusing on is just shapes and gesture. And with this pose, I thought very similar to like the second one I did. I was like, this one's very just like S-shaped, and so I thought it would be fun to give it a whirl. And you know, she has cool like chunky Kingdom Hearts sneakers that were really fun to try and draw. And at the end of a nice long, you know, brain intensive study sesh, I like to put everything I learned into drawing from a few, you know, easier poses, some that are just like nice and fun, have some good energy, and you know, a few poses from memory. But everyone, I think that about wraps up our video. Oh my gosh, say it ain't so. We've done so much already. You guys did great. um, but thank you all so much for watching. There was going to be another little part of the video, an extra little doodle, but I accidentally paused the screen recording, and there's just a sudden jump into the future. And about there it is. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope this was insightful, fun, entertaining, if anything. But yeah, I had a lot of fun making this. I will definitely make another fun art video in the future. If there's anything else you'd like me to cover, please comment below, and I will make sure to add it to my little list of videos I want to make. So yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out with me, for drawing with me, and yeah, for being cool. Anyways, I'm gonna go hop on out of here, but in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Bye bye.